Okay, this afternoon we're going to cover assumptions in my plan. I've been having so much fun today though with ChatGPT. I'm excited to do this next video on exporting Boldin stuff, and then stuff that I don't particularly care for with Boldin. Sometimes it's good, but I just go into ChatGPT and ask it to tell me. So I'll do a video on that. Okay, but video today is on assumptions. Um, and assumptions bit me actually because I use Right Capital and Boldin, and I was getting different results and different what's the word I'm looking for, like volatility. So I would put in 100,000 in Boldin and it would say I still had 99, and I would put in 100,000 Right Capital and it would say I was down to like 87 or something, 87 or 89, something like that. So I went through. It was good exercise because I had to do. I should listen to viewers more often. So it turned out it was one of the assumptions I was making that bit me. So, but just to get started, this is my current worth. This is where I'm at now. This is where I plan to be at the end of at the end of the plan. And that's changed a lot since last time because of assumptions that I'm making. So, okay. So let's just start with the assumptions up here. This is a great place to start with assumptions. So let's look. So I'm using future dollars, and I always use average. I don't use the optimistic or the pessimistic, even though this is because I don't know if this is really that important anymore, because you're going to see when I go through and do my rate assumptions, I put in a rate. So I don't know. That's interesting. I'll have to do a little test on that. Other assumptions here are spending needs. One assumption is what's my retirement age, which is me. I'm already retired. When's my spouse's retirement age? 62 and 10 months, July of 2028. The withdrawal strategy I'm using is spending needs. So spending needs basically says look at what you have in your expenses, in your detailed expense editor or whatever, and just spend that. And when you have extra, you put the extra in excess savings. Max spending says when you have extra, use it. Use the extra and spend it. And then fixed percentage, that's obvious. Just use the 4% rule or something like that. So I always use spending needs. I tried max spending once for fun. Maybe I'll do a video on this. And it just sent me south. My probability went down and it was just a mess. So I use spending needs now. I use my like to spend. I don't see the point too much in a must spend. Maybe if I get into a bad year or something like that. For the most part, my like spend and my must spend are the same. So let me check. Yep. All right. Making sure my microphone is on. Okay. So that's the first thing. I know there's this down here and this here, but I'm just going to step it through by the screen. So let's see. There's no more real assumptions in here. Let's go to summary. So the next big assumption in my plan is life longevity. So you'll see mine is 88. It's funny. I thought mine was 89, and my wife's is 91. So it's funny. I just saw something today um, that they were doing a stat, and I actually looked it up in ChatGPT. If you make it to 65, your odds of making it to 90 are 1 in 4. Now, obviously, if you're married, it's not just about you. So you got to combine those odds, and then the odds are probably pretty good. Somebody will make it to 90. And women tend to live older. So I've got 91 and 88. This really should be 89 because I thought it was 80. I don't know when I changed it to 88. So that's that. Now let's go to the next big assumptions is returns. So if you go to savings, you'll see I have a fixed annuity. The rate of return for that is 4.45 because that is what the rate of return is for it. My IRA, which is you guys have seen my profile, it's mixed. I feel like a 5% is pretty conservative. I know Vanguard comes out with all these nutty numbers, and they always tend to go really low. But I feel like 5% is comfortable. You're going to see I'm going to do that across everything. Excuse me. Because my IRA and my Roth IRA are pretty much distributed evenly. So that's 5%. 5%. Best 403B, again, 5%. My I don't know what the Roth. Actually, I should delete that because I already have Steve's Roth IRA. I don't know what the point of this one is. So you know what we'll do? We'll delete it. No time like the present. Are you sure you want to delete? Oh no, I don't want to delete savings. I want to delete Roth IRA because I already have Steve's Roth IRA. So let's just delete that while I'm sitting here. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes, I am. There's nothing in it. You know what? I'm going to wait because the only thing I can think of is that I have a transfer that goes to Roth IRA and not Steve's Roth IRA. So you know what? I'm not going to do it while I'm doing this. Okay, so savings, I have a 4% return. That's probably a bit on the aggressive side. I don't typically have a lot in savings, so that's 4%. And then savings excess cash is 2%. So those are my like my account assumptions. I think they're pretty conservative. I'm just curious what you guys think. Like I think 5% is very conservative. But like I said, I'd rather err on the conservative side than on the aggressive side. And probably what I'll do is as I advance in years, um, what I'll end up doing is probably in the probably when I start my go-go years, I'll probably spend more, but I think we have plenty to spend right now, but I will probably spend more. Or I'll look and I'll see what my returns are and how I'm doing. Home and real estate, this is one that bit me. So this was the difference between Right Capital, one of the big differences. There's three or four, and they were all in the assumptions between Right Capital and Boldin. Was I was looking at, is it here? Oh, it's not here. It's probably down here in the rate assumptions. But the real estate, I had the real estate set much higher than I felt comfortable with. That's why Boldin was doing so well, which we'll get to in a minute. Debts, income, expenses, money flows, estate planning. This is going to be a pretty short video. Here it is. So this is oh, I'm going to show you this though too. So in the old Boldin, and I haven't tried this because I don't know. Like I said, I don't tend to go optimistic, pessimistic. I always just go average, to be honest with you. But if you edit this, I always put mine at custom. They have these built in. Now I don't know. I don't know if these recommended rates are going to change. So in other words, if I pick moderately conservative, does here let's find out. Let's just ask. Let's see here. I guess I get to ask a question. We'll do this. Do recommended rates change year by year? Let's see. I'm assuming they do. Otherwise, what would be the point? Come on. You're wasting my time. All right, so it does. Our updated default rates become effective April 29th. So I had a feeling that's what they do. So what they do is they're going to actually update this every year. And I don't know. I'm kind of a control freak, so I don't know if I want. I mean, granted, I loved Right Capital, but I the financial planner was keeping that up, and I use Heritage Planning, and they're ultra conservative, so I trusted them. But with this, I'm probably more inclined to go on my own. So you'll see I have 4.45. Did it round it? Oh, no. And so you can pick one of theirs, and then they'll update it according to that every year in April. All right. So that is the stuff I assign. So for general inflation, I kind of just left it. I'm okay with their rates for this. I just didn't feel comfortable with them picking rates for my accounts. You know what I mean? So I may say conservative, but my version of conservative may be radically different than theirs when it comes to equities and things like that. So I prefer to pick my own. So if you go down here, you'll see historical average. I'm for medical inflation rate 3.36. I'm just picking theirs. I'm assuming they're going to update it if they get better information. Social Security cost of living adjustment 2.54, and this is where it was different than Right Capital. So it was historical average of 4.4, and I got to tell you, what changed my mind about using my own custom rate was looking at the house value. So I plan on selling my house when I am. Let me shut this down. Landscapers, not my landscapers, by the way. I do my own landscaping. So, but what happened was is when I had it when I was using theirs, I think the house came out at like 1.7 million when I think I'm selling at 77, so that's 20 years from now. And I don't know, that just seemed a little crazy to me. Um, so I don't know. I didn't like that rate. I thought it was too high. So I brought it down to 3%, which kind of seemed to be more in line with what I was seeing in Right Capital. And so that's why all of a sudden when I started when I changed my account defaults and when I changed my housing appreciation rate, all of a sudden this came more in line, the end amounts and the volatility. So if I go spend the video I did is I put in $130,000 and in Right Capital it went down to like 87, but in Boldin it stayed at like 99. Now when I change it, it comes down to like 90 or something like that. So that was what it was. So let's see here. That is, I don't know what the rate inspector is. Average, whatever. I don't care. So I just put in my own custom one. Let's see. What are some other? You know what's sad to say? That is pretty much all of the defaults. Outside of stuff that you do with accounts and things like that. Um, let's see. And obviously, I don't think there's anything here. No, it's just account settings. I don't think there's anything there. Um, so I think that's it. I mean, that is like a mega short. What's what I'm looking for? Video for me, but no point in belaboring the point if I can cover it in that. So one of my viewers asked for my default settings. It actually went really well in line with the fact that I was trying to figure out what was the difference between me and Right Capital. Most of it was these default settings. So, and you know what? Oh yeah, and I already set the investment settings on the account. We talked about home and real estate. We already talked about healthcare. I think we're good. So have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this really short video. You don't have to look at my face that long. Good luck. Keep trying. Keep saving. Keep working. Keep planning. Talk to you later.